requires that everybody be aware of the potential hazards.
Our sleeping giants here in the Pacific Northwest have cousins in Central and South America created the same way.
Volcano Fuego in Guatemala is very much like our Cascade volcanoes in that it rises from a process called subduction.
Professor George Bergant at the University of Washington has studied the inner plumbing in volcanoes for 3 decades.
This is actually a cross-section from conditions that we associate with a volcano like Kilauea.
Hawaii volcanoes come from ocean crust called basalt.
And basalt is very runny, so gases can easily escape, and hence they never build up to the point where they have a large explosive potential.
But our volcanoes have silica. It makes the lava stickier and holds gases in.
Volcanoes like Glacier Peak, like Mount St. Helens, like Mount Rainier have much more silica. They're much more viscous. The gases accumulate to a threshold where they explode. This is what makes them so dangerous. It's very hard to predict when that threshold will be reached.
There are 3 things scientists look for to see if a volcano is going to explode: swarms of earthquakes, a rising of the ground around the volcano, and invisible gases the volcano is emitting. It's something they're watching at the Cascades Volcano Observatory in Southwest Washington.
So that's why we're not at Mount St. Helens, that's why we're not in Seattle. We're here where everything got started back in 1980.
The Cascades Volcano Observatory keeps track of potentially active volcanoes in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. There's 10 on their list right now.
There's data streaming in, we've got webcams coming in, we've got seismometer data coming in, we've got some GPS information coming in.
And while our most monitored Mount St. Helens has all 3 types of sensors, not all potentially explosive mountains like Glacier Peak have that kind of attention.
In Guatemala, the hazard agency only has 1 seismometer on Volcano Fuego. And with only 1, it's very difficult to know where and when in the plumbing system the magma is moving at any given time. So we're in much better shape, but we should remember Glacier Peak, one of our most dangerous volcanoes, currently also only has 1 seismometer.
Because this is volcano country, U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell is currently pushing a bill through Congress that would modernize the equipment we use to keep track of U.S. volcanoes. That would also combine the offices of Alaska, Hawaii, and the Cascades Volcano Observatories into 1 U.S. watch center to keep track of these active volcanoes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In Seattle, I'm Tim Joyce, Q13 News.
And as we bring in